back. It's still Morning Rush on Metro Television, and we are talking about empowering the youth, a conversation that we always talk about. We always hammer on the conversation. And today we have ALSWEL Annan, and he is the founder for the Inspired ALSWEL Foundation. And this morning we are going to have a conversation on empowering the youth. ALSWEL, good morning.
Good morning.
And it's good to have you here.
Yeah,
He's no stranger to this set.
Yes,
too.
sure.
Yeah.
It's been here a
How
couple
have
of
you
times.
been? You said?
I was saying he's been here a couple of times.
Yeah.
Sure.
How have you been, though?
By God's grace, things are working out smoothly.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago was when we had our program at Conference Center, Women Empowerment Summit.
Okay.
As far as our foundation is concerned, it is our honest responsibility to ensure that we also contribute our quota to the development of the nation.
Yeah.
And we believe that by organizing such events will help inculcate the spirit of patriotism, entrepreneurship in our youth, specifically women, because we believe that women are our mothers, they are sisters, and they are children. So when they are being catapulted to different level, the positive effects do come to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good. And how was the turnout, though?
Oh, absolutely. You know, it rained heavily on that particular day.
Okay.
But the place was filled and people were outside. And 2 years ago, when I came here to the program we organized at Holiday Inn Hotel as well, the numbers were, those who were inside as compared to those who were outside, the number quadrupled.
Wow.
Exactly. So as far as the attendance is concerned, when it comes to our events, we don't really have issues with that.
Yeah, it means that we are pushing the message out there.
Yeah.
Yes. So the question that I want to ask is quite, there are lots of conferences that happen lots of times. There's this conference, there's that conference. And I think that sometimes people are like, oh, they be away a conference. What exactly is that substantive thing that want to leave with people who come for your conference? So it's not just about talk,
yeah,
like Yakasadama, and then that's the end of it. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. You know, as I said, since we started with our foundation, and anytime we organize an event, the attendance has been overwhelming. It clearly signifies that the people who have been attending our events do benefit a lot from it. You see, we don't just invite ordinary people, and we don't just organize just summits. What we do is that we create sections of our events when it comes to networking, because your network is your work now. The person you meet today is likely to change your life, or to become the next minister, the next MP, or even the CEO, or the person you are looking out for. So we systematically and meticulously analyzed all these people before we bring them, where we create the network section as well, where we make sure that anybody who comes to our event will never go home the same. Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
That's good to know, yeah. Also, our conversation is centered on empowering the youth.
Yes.
And like every time when we hear youth empowerment, people have defined it in different ways. But then now we've understand it more. The question is, when we mention youth empowerment, what exactly do we hope to achieve or accomplish?
Before I start with my submission, I want to quote Jose Rizal. He once said, the youth is the future, the hope for our future. So a country without the youth is synonymous to Africa, which is impoverished with poverty. We have all the natural resources, but we are the most impoverished continent in this world. Exactly. So what I mean is, if you have a country, or you're in a country where the youths are not empowered, then which means that we are doomed. There is no hope for us. Exactly the point. Why we have all the natural resources, we have the human capital, but at the end of the day, nothing is ongoing.
Yeah.
You know, so empowering youth means that we must encourage our youth for them to be transitioned from their current state to different level. And when it happens that way, there is no way the youth will become overburden to the state.
Okay.
And when it happens, there is clearly a youth crisis, a national security crisis, because we constitute majority statistically. So in an instance where you have the youth engaged in social vices, unemployed, what comes to mind? And if somebody has nothing valuable to lose, he or she is easily to be influenced to do anything to harm the society. So when it comes to youth empowerment, we must make sure that as a country we create the enabling environment for our people. Because if you are working, you have your own business, you have things doing and things are working for you, there is no way you engage in any social vices or you be controlled by anybody to do something that will harm the society.
But many people would argue with you, I mean, with this statement you're making, that the system as we have in this country, if you're taking Ghana as the focal point, a lot of things are probably not working in the favor of the youth. And so the youth are trying to find their own ways out. And in finding their own ways out, they are looking at leaving the country. And we've seen that this year. I'm sure that statistically, we probably have the highest number of Ghanaian youth leaving the country. Because anytime you open Facebook, one of your friends has vanished or something like that. How do you empower the youth in a system like this, where people want things to do, people want the right things around them, the right environment to work in, but it's not available?
Exactly. That is why I said that we must create the enabling environment for the youth. Because, for instance, when you are done with school and there is no job for you, the best option for you to leave the country. So when you create a enabling environment, and interestingly, we have hospitals that need workers, specifically health professionals, but we can't push them due to financial constraint of the country. So by creating the enabling environment is part of it. Because when you don't have conducive environment for these young people, that is where they will live. Because look, I have been outside and I'm still there. And look, the stress there is beyond understanding. But comparatively, it's better than Ghana, which is, clear. But we do go there because the system is not conducive for us. So regardless of the challenges that we go through, we still think that being there is better than being in this country. So if you have the enabling environment, or if the environment is conducive, under no circumstance will anybody migrate to other country, because a country is a country. And for me, I've been saying that if you have money, Ghana is the best place to live.
That is when you have money. But also, like, you keep hammering on the enabling environments. In this present state, how things are going on, economic crisis, surges in so many things, who should create that enabling environment? And even if we create, where should we start?
All right, thank you for the question. You see, creating the enabling environment starts with the government. The government should take the youths as their topmost priority. Because, for instance, if the government wants to do something, we are the majority, and the focus should be on that. But in many cases, it doesn't happen like that. And that is the challenge we have been facing since the inception of 1992 Constitution. And I think it's something that we all have to come on board to make sure we make it achievable. And the government alone cannot do everything for us. The individuals who have well established themselves as far as businesses and finances are concerned, they should all come on board, the NGOs and all that. And the private sectors too must also, try to help their workers, because we have unemployment in the country. Some of them take advantage of the system and they just hire people, pay them just anyhow, because they know that even if you go today, somebody will come, which is not the best. They don't assist the workers by even helping them to further their education, granting them other opportunities and all that, because when you live today, somebody's coming, and that should not be the case. That is a distinction between our country and other countries, and it's something all we have to, renew our mindsets in that aspect, and I think it will be helpful to all of us.
In making sure the system works, how has Inspired ALSWEL Foundation played a part?
All right, thank you. You know, in your initial submission, you said that this is not the first time coming here.
Yeah.
I've been here on 3 consecutive times.
True.
And anytime I do come here, I come here purposely because of a foundation.
Yeah.
It tells you that we are doing our best. As I told you, 2 weeks ago, we did a program. And last week too, we were at Asin North constituency, where we visited about 5 communities.
Okay.
And we made donations to them. And we also encouraged the youth out there, specifically the students, that look, regardless of the background you are coming from, you too, you can make it. So you don't need to look at the current situation of find yourself, but your focus should be on where you want to be, you know. So we are doing our part, and this is we have been doing this consistently. It's not the first time, you know. So as far as Inspire Foundation is concerned, we are doing our best. That is why I'm calling on other NGOs, the government agencies as well, corporate and private enterprises to all come on board to make this possible. Okay, all right. Also, you mentioned the Arsenal thing. To the end of the year, what are some of the plans you've got in place coming up, if there's any? We have, I think, about 3-4 months to the end of the year.
Yeah.
So after we finished, we are still, you know, doing our programs. Okay. We also have another program in Kumasi that we are yet to start. So when we're finished, we will meet as a team, then we roll out the final one for the end of the year. Okay. Yes. All right. So thank you very much also for coming in. Before leaving, I want to take this opportunity to thank all my sympathizers and supporters who have contributed their quota to Inspire Us Foundation, and to my bloggers, writer Wadi Jesse, Richmond Eduku, Alex Uswansa, and Albert, and all of them. I appreciate their support. Thank you, Metro TV. All right, thank you very much also for coming in.